Welcome to another episode of the Group Parlay podcast. As always, Andy Semo, Kevin Asoyan. Guest today, Brad Basic, giving us the basic take. We're doing Sunday NFL props for the guests, so we'll have his take here. But yesterday, the boys were terrible, but Dave's dogs, saving grace. He hit Toledo money line was the longest dog to hit yesterday. He picked it. All time. Saved the day for everybody. So shout out Dave's dogs. I'll Kev recap yesterday's picks.
Not a lot of positives, unfortunately, from yesterday's parlay. Tough one for the boys, for sure. I tried to get cute with the dog, Colorado State, plus 9.5. I imagine the public was all over that. They got blown out. I think it was 29-7, something around there. So never super close, unfortunately. And then Washington minus 3.5 for Andy. Washington State with the dub at Washington rivalry game. Pretty cool to see, actually. But unfortunate for the pod. Again, I didn't get to watch that one, but
there were 12 or
Arkansas
15 penalties by Washington. 15 penalties for like 120 yards. That's what really killed them.
It's hard to win a ball game. And then Strom had Arkansas minus 20.5 against UAB. That game was actually really close for a minute. Arkansas pulled out the win by 10, but didn't get very close to covering. Terrible program over there in Arkansas. But after a little losing streak here, it's been a tough weekend. We're 5-10, but we're still up 12.24 units because we hit the dog yesterday. Dave's been keeping us hot. We're up 18 units with the boost as well. And I'm 10-6. Andy's 6-9-1. Nice. And Nick 11-5.
Yeah, I'm definitely the laggard, but oh well. We're up units. That's all that matters.
Yep.
So, all right. Let's get into picks. Brad, we're going to start with you.
All right, let's do it. Your basic take of the week. Trademark. It's going to be CeeDee Lamb over 100 receiving yards today. Cowboys are at home going up against the Saints. I expect them to air it out. I don't think their run game is quality at all. And a fun statistic for you guys. In games in 2023, CeeDee Lamb had 11 targets or more. He hit 100 yards receiving in 5 of 6 of those games, and that 6th game being 98 yards. So right next to the button. I imagine he gets targeted often in this passing attack today. Should be a lock.
Yeah. He's the guy there. Like
Lock.
Brandon Cooks got the touchdown last week, but he's
the offense. Like,
yeah. So I like it.
Obviously, Saints secondary is the scary part.
It is. But I mean, this man was doing it all year last year. Receiving leader. Got to think it continues.
Yeah, he's really fun. So, all right. Now let's get into the picks. I guess I'll start. I'm going 49ers minus 3.5. They are playing the Saints in Minnesota. 49ers defense, we saw it. They're just continuing what they did last year. Plug and play, no matter who's in their offense. I mean, no CMC, didn't matter. Jordan Mason had over 100 rush yards, had a touchdown. He looked awesome. Deebo Samuel was utilized a lot. He got a touchdown. The Vikings won last week. They beat the Giants. The Giants are terrible. They have no Jordan Addison. Sam Darnold, I actually think Sam Darnold's going to have like a Baker Mayfield year like he did last year, a little resurgence, but I don't think that he's going to do that against the Saints defense, or I'm sorry, the 49ers defense, which is one of the best in football, like I said. So I think I'm rolling with Kyle Shanahan to win by just over a field goal. That's it. They're just a better football team. Take care of Jetta.
The only thing I was having issues with this pick and a couple of the other ones, they just felt too obvious, and the public's on them, but the sharp money's not, and that terrifies me. And I was having a lot of trouble with that today.
It's fair. You're a fade the public better, so
fade the public, but the line's moving towards in the Vikings' favor, which means the sharp money, the big bettors are hammering the Vikings, which is crazy. But same thing with Colts and Chargers. It's crazy.
Well, I think the Vikings are a decent team. I don't think Sam Darnold's going to win this game or cover a field goal. So
They shouldn't. I like the pick. It just scares me. It's the right pick.
All right, Kev.
All right. I'm taking the Raiders plus 10.5 today in Baltimore, which I don't love, but we're going off, again, kind of what I was just talking about. One of the main things I like to look at is just the line movements and where the money is. So the public, percentage-wise, most people are obviously on the Ravens against the spread here. But the sharp money moved this a whole point from 9.5 to 8.5, which means the sharp money is all over the Raiders. Ravens play close games a lot. They lost by 7. They gave up 27 points last week in Kansas City. But just the way they kind of chip first down at a time, they don't take a lot of deep shots. They did not have Derrick Henry going much. I think he had 40 yards on a lot of attempts. So they're going to look to have him better. But their O-line is really bad. A lot of O-line issues. They lost 3 starters and had injury issues as well. They're rotating a rookie to see if they can figure him out. But Max Crosby is going to be a dog today, I think. And this Raiders D-line. Crosby didn't have a huge game last week either. So I think he's going to be eating extra. And they picked up Christian Wilkins on that line as well. Again, really just trying to make not a square pick today because that's what you got to do in the NFL, unfortunately, for betting. But give me the Raiders here. Don't love it, but that's what you got to do.
I do kind of like this, actually. Antonio Pierce has the boys buzzing since the middle of last season. And Gardner Minshew, he might not.
Yeah, that's another thing, Minshew. So he didn't have a great game. 100%. He had 257 passing yards, 25 for 33. They're going to play it safe with him. They're going to get Devontae going big. I need 100 yards out of Devontae. They got to get him going. Yeah. And Brock Bowers looked decent. I think they feed him more, and he gets more involved as well. So if they can get that offense going, and they got Myers too, they got decent options. The run game too. Decent run game with Mattinson and White. Yeah.
That's cool. They always play down to the competition.
No, the Ravens definitely play down. That's actually a great point. So,
and I love getting the 10.5. You can lose by 10. Lose by 10.
All right. I'll do Strom's really quick. He's going Steelers money line against the Broncos. Very simple reasoning here. Steelers defense is elite. TJ Watt is back this year. I think he had a sack, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery in one play last week. So, he's back wreaking havoc on the defense against a rookie quarterback in Bo Nix who did not look very good week 1. So the only thing that scares me about this is the Steelers offense put up 0 touchdowns. Justin Fields, we're all Bears fans. We've seen Justin Fields. We know exactly what he is. But that Steelers defense is no joke. The Broncos defense, very mediocre. So Steelers money line, I like it.
Yeah, I actually really like this play. I wasn't even looking at this game, but this is...
It's an ugly game. It's going to be an ugly game.
Yeah, no one wants to watch it.
Yeah, that's why I didn't even... Yeah, this game is off the radar. It won't be on TV. You won't see it on Red Zone. It'll show Red Zone twice probably today.
Yeah. It'll be an interception at the 25 on their side. They'll kick a field goal.
Yeah, Fields will have an 80-yard touchdown run or something that they show.
There's some ugly games this week. Chargers, Panthers, Jets, Titans.
I love it.
Yeah.
I gotta
Commanders, Giants. Ooh.
Week two is tough because you are trying not to overreact to anything. So it's an interesting spot to be in.
Yes, that's a huge part of it too. Week 1 overreactions go crazy.
Yeah. All right. So I'll recap our picks. We have Steelers money line -146, 49ers -3.5 at -136. Raiders plus 10.5 at -140 for the parlay, comes out to +401. And then Brad's basic take, CeeDee Lamb, 100 plus receiving yards at +132 on FanDuel. So, boys, let's have a day. Hopefully the guests stay hot. Dave's Dog's magic rubs off on you, and let's just clean sweep today.
Let's have a day.
Let's have a day.
Why not?
Happy football.
Happy football. Let's get it, boys.